Well, I'm at a place in Windsor that I go to quite often to find cool stuff. It's called Holland Consignment, and they have amazing vintage stuff. So today I'm gonna go through the store, take a good, solid, long look around and see just what I can find to either A, do videos on, mainly to do videos on, or B, just to find some cool stuff. I'll treat it as like a sort of addendum to yard sale videos, add this one into the series in case it rains. If not, everyone just gets an extra video. And when I find something cool that I'm going to purchase, you're gonna hear a special sound. That means there's a short coming in the future that you can be on the lookout for. Well, here's a look inside. There's so many different booths in this store. So it's basically a consignment shop where people sell their stuff or have booths, kind of like a flea market-y area. And there's always different stuff because there's sellers that are adding things are selling, coming and going. I love those little alligators right there. And you know, if you've watched the channel, I'm a sucker for spooky stuff. So anytime I see that, I always got to look. I tried to go shop to shop to kind of show the highlights of what was in here. There's a lot of VHS, a lot of like vintagey kind of knickknacks and figurines. Some of the shops have more, I would call them like antiques versus collectibles. So I kind of focused on the ones that had collectibles. This one had a million comic books. So I checked out the Uncanny X-Men and didn't see any that I really wanted, but there was some cool titles in there for sure. This one right here was neat. They had an old police set. I think I might have even had that as a kid. I'm not sure. And then this was pretty cool. Love that kind of stuff. Then, I mean, I'm not going to check out the price on this giant Gengar backpack, but it was a little bit out of my budget for 50 bucks, but still so cool to find. Then I ended up in the Star Wars area. This is where I had found the soaps that I've done shorts on previously, so I had to check and see if there was more. And also they had more Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and Kentucky Fried Chicken Star Wars toys. They had a whole bunch of them. Just so many cool Star Wars items from the 90s, particularly the 90s. The 70s and 80s were in the display, but the 90s were so overproduced that they had a million of them. So there is another soap I picked up. $5 and they're half off. So $2.50 for the soap was a great find. Then there was another one, and I think there was one more as well. I thought that was a box of Terminator 2 cards unopened, and I would love to open those on the channel. I had to go back and check the prices on the Star Wars glassware and see if there's anything else I missed. Bunch of the old watches. They made so much Star Wars merch in the 90s that if you were to try to collect this all, you could go for a long time looking. And even more Star Wars stuff. I found a couple more of the Phantom Menace box sets from Kentucky Fried Chicken, I believe this one is from. And then there was some stickers inside these cups as well. Didn't really need any stickers, so I passed on those. I don't know if you see that right there. There's a Comtech like device that you would use to put figures on back in the 90s. And this was huge. It's a model set of a giant aircraft carrier. That would be something to put together and do a video on, but that is way too intricate for me. I love the old 12-inch G.I. Joe, but I never really got into it. It just looks cool. I'm not really a fan of the figures, but the accessories are really great. There's so much M&M collectibles here too. That's the other thing. Here's a giant wall of Barbie, and then up there, I don't know if you can see that, there's a Michael Jackson Barbie still in the box. More M&Ms. I do like that one there. And then I scooped up these two right here. Got a Magic 8-Ball Taco Bell Chihuahua, and I believe right beside it was the Taco Bell Compass. So while I was in here, I really had to pay attention to what was around, because those things, you know, there's certain areas that have a lot of Happy Meal toys, and those were just kind of up on a table randomly. I would have missed them. They have a little locked display area with some Genesis games and a bunch of like old school trading cards, even some Pokemons. Looks like there's some Predator ones, Little Mermaid. I did see the Pokemon. I was eyeballing that Charizard. It's going for about the same price online, so wasn't going to bug them to open it. Some chainmail randomly at this one booth, along with a suit of armor. And then this little cabinet here had so many cool things. Some old school robots. And as you go to the second floor, there's a couple other things. But then here you got E.T., another robot, an original Pac-Man mini arcade. And right here you've got Ectoplasm, Transformers Generation 2 Tiger handheld, which is one of the rarest ones, as well as some Battle Beasts. And here's some other stuff I saw. Where's the beef pins? I almost bought one. See, I grabbed it twice because I thought those were pretty cool. Just a bunch of random like knickknacks from back in the day, food magnets, that sort of thing. And here you've got the Ghostbusters glasses. Those were a little bit pricey outside my price range, but still cool. These are some Disney cake toppers. They're in great shape. So I wanted to do a visual memory of where those were in case I want them in the future. Actually found this thrifting the other day, but this one had the figures in it. And who doesn't want a Michael Jackson wallet? Then over here, I thought this was just super neat. It's a Ninja Turtle statue, but I've never seen one like that. So I don't know if that's hand painted or if that was just like a knockoff kind of thing. Let's see. And here you've got a bunch of wax packs of trading cards. You got RoboCop 2, Jurassic Park, Pocahontas. I saw the Power Pack Pogs, and I figured I had to get at least one to open up. So I ended up scooping up one of those. These were neat. They're little Star Wars Planet play sets that came with a figure. Now, the figures were missing, but I grabbed those anyway because I think I had the figures at home. This talking Bart Simpson is something I've seen a couple times here, and there's writing on his head. That's the only reason I haven't got it, because I don't know if I can get that off, but he does talk. This is a cool playset from the 90s. You've got Queen Amidala's Royal Starship, and it's huge. It's like $225 though. The original Creepy Crawlers Thing Maker. If you've watched the channel, you know I've done videos on Creepy Crawlers, but never with that set. There's some Fisher-Price Great Adventures, some random like newer collectibles, and then some really old ones there. A whole bunch of like Funko Soda Pops, and here's the Transformers spot. They have so much Transformers things. They've got Beast Wars. They've got Reveal the Shield, all kinds of stuff. So I went to the Beast Wars. I'm looking for a certain Beast War figure to do a video on. I haven't found it yet in the wild. Might have to get it on eBay, but we'll see about that. Here's another display full of more Transformers. You can see there's just so much cool stuff here. It's really like you could do some serious damage on your wallet if you went here with ill intentions for spending. I didn't want to go that crazy today, so I didn't bother to have them open up that booth to grab a Transformer. Maybe in the future. So many cool cups from back in the day. You got the Flintstones, the I think those are Wendy's Looney Tunes glasses. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Might have been Hardee's or somewhere else. That is a cool M&M right there. That was one I debated on grabbing for a video, but I ended up passing. This was one of the neater finds, a Visionaries thermos. Now, Visionaries was one of my favorite shows as a kid, and they had great action figures that I've yet to feature on the channel, but I will soon. Now, if you grew up in the 90s, you know what that is. It's a musical fiber optic flower. I've featured that on the channel, but I need to get another one. I think it's about time I do that again. Who had that hot calculator? I swear that was a total 90s must-have. So this is another booth. A little bit more horror themed in this one. Had a whole bunch of Stephen King stuff, some Furbies, and board games and stuffed animals and that sort of thing. I don't think I grabbed anything from this booth, but it was pretty neat to see everything in there as well. And then this one right here has all kinds of stuff up my alley. There's like a little Darkwing Duck toy. You've got LJ and WWF wrestlers, Teletubbies, Ninja Turtles, One Piece. So many cool things. You got the toilet from the original, or from the real Ghostbusters. Love that skeleton in the boxing robe. And over here you've got original Teddy Ruxpin PVC figures. You got Grubby and Professor Newton gimmick. No Teddy though to complete the set, which was kind of a bummer. I thought this Beast Wars was an original one, but it's a reissue. Almost scooped it up for $20. I knew it was too good to be true, but there's another Crash Test Dummies and some more modern stuff right there. You've got the re-release of Skeletor and some more Motu figures. Nothing that really like called to me to grab. I did see these Ninja Turtles there. That's just a regular raft. It's not a storage shell. And then there was some more Star Wars stuff, more recent, and then some Ninja Turtle stuff as well. And they have like bins full of figures everywhere, pretty reasonably priced. So if you are at Holland Consignment, you want to hit this booth up. There is Megabyte from Darkwing Duck. I thought that might have some play food in it. Got a little bit bummed out, but still cool. Look at how many figures are in those boxes. Now, I almost bought this figure right here, the Swoop from Transformers. He's just missing his beak, which is why I didn't pick him up. But this is cool. That little figure is one of those growing 6x figures. It's the Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four. And it's from 2004. So it was a must grab for videos. If you watch my videos, you know that wasn't getting past me. Some more random Happy Meal toys just sitting in a bag. It was only 10 bucks. Actually a little bit mad at myself that I didn't grab that because that would have been good. There's even a downstairs here. You walk downstairs, you get greeted by a creepy little monkey. And look at this horror themed booth. How awesome does this look? There is so many creepy items in here. If you're a fan of horrors, you got to go down the stairs and check this one out. Just look at it. So many great things in there. The downstairs, there's not as many like collectible areas as upstairs. I feel like that's where most of them are, but there are some neat little things you can find, like some old posters, a VHS area where I was looking for a couple specific VHS tapes, but I didn't find them. Then like a little hidden room that I saw that was all 50% off, had some Star Wars stuff in it. Those are like old school, I believe, Star Wars shampoos from episode 1. Then there was a Domino Rally right there. I have Domino Rally, but my set was missing pieces, so this was 50% off. So I did a quick check to see if it had some of the stuff I need. It looked like some of the little pieces to this were still in their original bags, so I'm hopeful that it's complete. Then I spotted this right across from the Domino Rally was a Queen Amidala blow-up chair from the 90s. Never opened, in its original box, 50% off, 20 bucks. I mean, I'd be a fool not to buy that to do a video on, right?
So that place didn't disappoint. If you're ever in Windsor, you got to go there. And a couple of the things I found were 50% off, which is even better. And I don't know what I'm excited to do first, but there's so many cool things. The Domino Rally, the blow-up chair, more Star Wars soaps, all kinds of Star Wars stuff, actually. So those are going to be shorts in the very near future. So if you haven't seen them, or by the time I post this video, they might have already been posted. So there's just too much to even talk about. I'm so excited, and it was really like pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. I only spent about $100 and I got some really great stuff. So look forward to those shorts coming up, and remember, that special noise means there will be a short coming up. As always, let me know in the comments, what was the best find from today? What's something that you're most excited to see a short for? And I'll try and jump that to the top of the list.